Milwaukee Bucks basketball on FanDuel Sports Network is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your win is waiting. A Monday night showdown, finishing off a three-game homestand with a visit from the Trailblazers here tonight. Portland coming on the second game of a back-to-back. Ryan Rollins has picked up another 20-point game on Saturday against Detroit. He's now got 5 in the last 6 games and averaging in the upper 20s in the last 2 games. Denny Avdia, though, of Portland's the guy you got to keep your eye on. He was held last night way below his season averages. That was a season low, so maybe the Bucks can do that maybe in back-to-back nights. We can only hope, right? Welcome to Bucks basketball, everyone, with the former Buck and the former Blazer, Wesley Matthews. I'm Lisa Byington, Melanie Ricks on the sideline here for us. Okay, so Wesley, real talk. The Bucks have dropped the last 4. They have a couple of important NBA Cup games coming up here this week. They're certainly looking for answers here tonight and a win.
Absolutely, and it really is all hands on deck by any means necessary. And Doc kind of had alluded to it, like, we just got to go out there and play, and we got to play basketball. And that definitely needs to happen with a little intensity, urgency, and being where your feet are. You know, you can't dwell on the fact that Giannis ain't here.
Yeah, and we mentioned Ryan Rollins. We know how important he is. He can't do it himself. Bobby Portis, he won't start here tonight. He'll come off the bench, but I'll tell you what, the numbers that he put up as a starter, some of his best back-to-back numbers here this season.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if you bring Bobby off the bench or you start him. Bobby's ready to go. You know, Bobby can miss 10 shots. He's ready to make that 11th one. And he's a great piece. He's a stabilizer. You know, he's a confident, he's tough. He plays with a lot of energy and emotion. And in times like this, when you need a win and you need to dig deep, he's one of those guys that'll make those plays that will gravitate and attract that kind of energy from his teammates.
And Wesley, we've heard all about Miles Turner as a leader vocally. Now it's time for his game to lead as well.
Absolutely. And he's been playing well. There's no doubt about that, but you want a little bit more out of him, and there's opportunities for him to do that. I know he's such a great court spacer and what he can do on the defensive side of the ball. You almost want him to be more selfish, involve himself in more plays, rim runs, screen and rolls, put pressure on the rim, but definitely look for him to do a little bit more going into the night.
All right, it's time for the Bucks to turn some of these losses into wins, and the first step is finding some positives. They're doing exactly that in the locker room. Melanie Ricks will tell you all about it.
Milwaukee Bucks basketball on FanDuel Sports Network is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your win is waiting. By Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. And by StubHub, the world's leading marketplace to buy and sell tickets to any event. The Bucks are at home for the finale of their 3-game home stretch. AJ Green with 15 points against the Pistons the other night. All of those from deep, of course. Bucks hoping to get a win before they head out on the road for Thanksgiving break. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Mega Bucks leaderboard. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you know what he's got. The points, the rebounds, the assists. Miles Turner, he's holding up the blocks. Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie Ricks, and the Bucks, of course, still looking for ways to win without Giannis Antetokounmpo. Hoping to break this 4-game streak that they're on, 4-game losing skid that they're on. Of course, we don't want to be on that type of streak, so hopefully tonight they can start a new one. Now, when it comes to winning without Giannis, Gary Harris this morning at Shoot-Around, he said it starts with defense. We got to convert that defense into offense. And AJ Green, the hot shooter, he talked a little bit more after the game about the importance of the team finding their identity with no Giannis Antetokounmpo on the floor.
Yeah, I think we can play. I mean, we play fast with him, but I think we can play even faster too. I think it'll be to our advantage, both in transition and in the half court. Like, I think if we can really get on the same page of playing together, get the ball moving, and having that as part of who we are, and then whenever he comes back, obviously you have what he does, and being able to do those things together and pair those, it's going to make us even more dangerous offensively. So you really got to see this time as it's not a positive, obviously, but just can we make the most of it and be proactive to build more of who we are.
The Bucks wrap up their 3-game homestand tonight and look to get back in the win column versus Portland. It's Monday Night Hoops in Milwaukee. We got lineups and tip-off with Lisa and Wes next.
Fiserv Forum, Lisa Byington, Wesley Matthews, Melanie Ricks with you for the first of 2 meetings against the Portland Trailblazers. The next one coming up in Portland on March 25th. The Mega Bucks starting lineup for the Portland Trail Blazers. They are 1-2 with this lineup. Denny Avdia is averaging 8 more points this year than he is last year. Jeremy Grant has been inserted into the starting lineup, has really been doing well off the bench, but because of injuries, a guy like this, CD Sissoko, has taken the reins of the point guard spot as a two-way player. The Mega Bucks starting lineup. Wesley, the 6th different lineup, Sim's first start since joining the Bucks, and certainly adds a little bit of height to this lineup.
Definitely does. I mean, you would like to see some continuity, some rollover, a little anger from the last game, for sure.
Little anger, I like that. Well, much like Detroit on Saturday, this Portland Trail Blazer team is good at attacking the paint, and they're good at offensive rebounding. And so the Bucks are going to have to do stuff like that. Defensive rebounding, I always joke with Marcus, is not the most sexiest stat to talk about, defensive rebounding, but it can win you some ball games.
It wins you a whole lot of ball games. And honestly, that was one of the favorite thing my grandmother, my late grandmother used to say, was make me rebound.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, if Grandma's a fan of it, I'm certainly a fan of it. Avdia, we mentioned the kind of year that he's having, finds Grant, who in terms of games played have been leading bench players in scoring, but because of several different injuries has been pushed into the starting lineup the last 3 to 4 games.
And it's a rare luxury to have somebody of his skill set and talent coming off the bench, but AJ misses that.
What a block by Klingon.
That was a pretty impressive block right there, but I like the aggressiveness of Miles Turner trying to get to the basket, and an underrated find by AJ Green on that pick and roll.
I will say this, no score, but the energy is good here for the Bucks. It's high, it's fast pace here out of the gates. There's a foul on the penetration. It's the first on Jericho Sims, but back the other way. Donovan Klingon, year number 2. Well, he got Miles Turner.
I mean, he's playing with a whole lot of confidence. Rebounding the ball great on the offensive side, almost 5 a game. We know he can protect the rim. But again, you see the block, but at the same time, you love the playmaking ability with AJ Green passing that down there to Miles.
And Dame's looking good in the sweater here tonight.
Dame Dollar, whole lot of dollars over there.
Well, there is, yes. And we will actually talk to Damian Lillard coming up in the second quarter. One familiar face, several familiar faces here for when Portland is in town. Now, Cal Kuzma, strong take. The Bucks still looking for their first field goal. Both teams actually still looking for their first field goal.
Good
0 for 4
aggression,
start here for the Bucks.
Good aggression, though, coming in Milwaukee. Still attacking.
There's the first 3 and the first field goal. Donovan Klingon doesn't just block shots. He can shoot 3-pointers. Although a low percentage here this year, 24%. AJ Green can shoot the 3. I like getting him that shot, though, early.
Absolutely. And this is a copycat league, so you do see a lot of, oh, what's up, twin? What's up, twin?
Super excited.
But it's a copycat league, so it will be interesting to see how Milwaukee combats Portland's pressure, because obviously everybody's watching everybody. We all get the same film, so early I like to see a high pick and roll already with Rollins and Turner.
Another 3-pointer. This time it's Grant. So a couple of 3-pointers and a free throw, and it's a 7-0 start. And Rollins in and out. Boy, tight rims. Squeezes out for Ryan. Here's Avdia.
If you're Milwaukee, you haven't taken a bad shot yet, and so you live with that. You just got to continue to trust the process and try to get a good one, try to get a quick early. There it is.
And that'll work. Kyle Kuzma, what a pass.
There it is. Hey, 2 great passes, little wraparound passes, one from AJ, one from Rollins, and you see Kuz continuing to try to put pressure on the rim and on the basket.
Your first basket with a little pizzazz here for the Milwaukee Bucks. Kyle Kuzma, I think, feeling much better. He played not 100% on Saturday against the Pistons. He was playing with an illness. Avdia's first bucket.
I like the the energy that Milwaukee is playing with. They're meeting force with force. They're picking up a little bit higher, but you want to see them keep them in front a little bit more, because any angle that you get, you're going to have to port your help.
Kyle Kuzma, oh, Jericho. Not many times that he can't put that away. And quick hands by Miles Turner.
I mean, this is one of the best ways to score, especially when that ball's not going in and outs. Continue to run, continue to push the tempo. Great pass, great find, great commitment to running, and a good finish.
The momentum moment presented by Michaels Corporation. The first assist here to Ryan Rollins. Game number 5 without Giannis. Well, he did warm up, as well as Kevin Porter Jr. in the pregame. Good movement. Good work from both of them. And good work, speaking of good work, Kyle Kuzma, this time off the glass. He's got all 4 points.
That was a good defensive stop there in the paint. Stayed down on shot fake. Miles was able to make a play off the ball.
Tamani Kamar. That smooth lefty stroke. He shoots 31% from 3.
We almost need to stop talking about teams in their three-point shooting.
Right. Three-point shooting has not been a strength, but Miles Turner can shoot it. And love watching that high arcing shot from Miles.
Hopefully that gets him going. Hopefully that gets the team going to continue to try to find him, because he is a matchup problem out here.
Yeah, Saturday we were talking about how poorly the Detroit Pistons shoot the 3. They were lights out. Detroit shot 53% from 3 on Saturday.
Not many offensive rebound opportunities.
No. Kyle Kuzma looks it off. Miles Turner, what you got?
You live with that. Again, Kuz is making a concerted effort to get into that paint every single time, and when he does that, he's able to find his teammates. That's a good look for Miles.
Klingon, this is the three-pointer. Yeah, you got to figure the Bucks, as one of the best three-point shooting teams, aren't going to continue to shoot 20% from distance.
As long as they keep getting good ones, inside-out ones, transition ones.
I think it came down to challenge that one. We play on, no call. Kuz thought there was a little bit of contact on the arm on the shot.
It's pretty aggressive early on.
Jeremy Grant, another three-pointer.
He's one of those sleeper guys, right? Like, he averaged 20 points a game when he was with Detroit, when he was the star of that team. So he's such a luxury to have for this Portland team, and now in a situation where it's almost comfortable for him again to be that focal point piece.
And he's got to be. You saw, you know, Damian Lillard is still rehabbing that Achilles injury. You saw guys like Drew Holiday, who's out with injuries. Got a whistle and a foul. It's the first on A.J. Green, and this will be our first timeout as well. The Bucks trail the Blazers 16-7. From his first time back since last season, and tearing his Achilles, and his reaction to that ovation. He played a couple of seasons, and obviously, Wesley, we know that Achilles was a game changer for both of these rosters and both of these franchises.
They tend to do that, don't they? You know, but credit this guy. He's looked good pre-game. You know, he loves this game, his craft, and what he's done. It's good to see him back in Portland, you know, where everything all started. But the ovation for the work that he put in here in Milwaukee was awesome.
There's Giannis, who's joined everyone here on the bench. They had a nice interaction in the pregame as well. You know, that video started with when Dame first came to Milwaukee after the trade was made, and just the reception that he got then, and the anticipation of it. And sometimes you got to try something, and not always does it always work out for several reasons. But the Bucks and Dame gave it a shot, and it didn't. The closing chapter isn't what everyone had anticipated. But Dame is hopefully going to be healthier. He's close to his family. He gets to see his kids all the time. And he said he's going to be bigger and better than ever next year.
They lose sight that that's the most important thing. I mean, as athletes, you know, we're humans and people too. So when everything around your life is functioning the right way, you know, it just only makes you better on the court too.
A.J. Green, a little step-through move. How many times do you get to see the step-through move here with A.J. Green. All right, so Dame got some good shots up. He said he's been doing some lateral movement. He's feeling good. He has chosen, not to play here this year, just to rehab. There's that moment between him and Giannis. The two top 75 all-NBA guys in the history of the game.
A lot of points over there.
Yeah.
A lot of points over there.
And a lot of points, a lot of dollars, a lot of wins.
A lot of wins, a lot of dollars, a lot of points.
He was your rookie.
He was my
Portland.
rookie. He definitely was my rookie. There's absolutely no doubt about that. A lot of respect for Dame. What he does in the community, his heart. He really loves to give back, and that's just a part of the person who he is. But I will also add that I clamped both of them up when I needed to.
That's right. You were one of those strong, shorter defenders on Giannis.
Oh, yeah, he hated me.
That the Bucks always hated to see. Now, finger roll finish. Jeremy Grant has a couple of three-pointers and is 3 of 4 from the field. He's got 11 points here to lead all scorers. Andre Jackson Jr. again getting some early run here for the Bucks. Early run, early shooter here for Miles Turner.
I like the action that they're doing. Obviously, you see Portland is trying to pick up the pressure, and because that's what they saw Detroit do, and that's something that will slow down Ryan Rollins as he continues to develop. But the action on the weak side with the shooting Milwaukee has, you have to respect everybody on the court.
The shooting's going to come here for the Bucks. We can count the bucket. And an and one chance for Kamara. Now back to Turner.
You see, you got the action on one side. You have a curl screen. They have to respect that curl because the paint is the most dangerous thing. So you see Jeremy Grant point out switch, and when you have motion movement like that, you're forcing communication. And when you're on the road, it gets loud, it's hard to hear. And so that's why having a Miles Turner who can spray the court out is so valuable.
And Wesley, correct me if I'm wrong, that's one of those actions that you might not run if Giannis is in the game?
It's a little bit tougher to run because you're already going to be sitting in the paint waiting for Giannis.
Kamara's numbers this season. So far, the Blazers have doubled up the Bucks. Ryan Rollins. Bobby Portis about 17 feet out, off the bench.
As we said, start him, bring him off the bench.
Do whatever.
Doesn't matter. Bobby's on fire.
Do whatever you want with BP. We showed you his numbers the last couple of games where he was a starter. And some of the best back-to-back games that he's had so far this season. Andre Jackson Jr. has picked up his first personal. Tonight's Potawatomi Casino Hotel advanced stat. Bobby on Saturday in the first quarter, that was a season high. Didn't miss a shot. He was 4 for 4. Not just like layups 4 for 4. He was 4 for 4 from 3.
With a bank shot, too.
With the bank,
right?
that's right. I forgot about the bank.
Bank's open for Bobby on Saturday.
You're going to fit in real well in the broadcasting world if you continue to use like cheesy, cliche phrases. Yeah.
I listened to it enough.
You'll fit in just perfectly. Well, the free throw discrepancy is already there here for the Blazers. Andre Jackson Jr. well off the mark. He played a season high, had all kinds of season highs on Saturday against Detroit in terms of minutes, points scored. We'll stay here. Blazers have 17 seconds here to work with.
I know a lot of people look at the result with Andre Jackson's shot, but the process of how it happened, you can see that there's carryover from the game against Detroit where they are pressure releasing, this time with 2 screens in the backcourt to free up Cole Anthony to get downhill to even make that pass. So that's something to look at because that will help them get down in the paint and not have to fight so much on the perimeter.
Turner was trying to post up. They're in the paint. There he is. Andre Jackson Jr., another three-pointer. Bucks will get it back. They got 11 seconds here to work with. Cole Anthony pocket pass, the runner for Ajax. It'll stay here. So a few opportunities for the Bucks on this possession.
And I like that action. It's kind of, what Portland is doing is they're putting the 5-man on Ajax rather than Miles Turner to keep him closer to home. So what he has to continue to do is to keep rolling and create a problem so that he can continue to pass out 2 open players on the perimeter.
Another three-pointer there for Ajax, and he hits that one.
And that's the other thing you have to do. Keep shooting it. It does not matter. You are out there. That is the best shot that we're going to get. And what that does is that also puts our team in offensive rebounding position.
And he can also do that. Ajax forcing the turnover over to Cole Anthony. He also had Bobby Portis there on his left. Cole Anthony, a little jump hook.
Wasn't how you would necessarily draw it up, but hey, it works.
That wasn't really textbook, was it? Transition look. Hey, like you said, it worked.
And this guy, you just have to keep shooting it. It does not matter. If your man is off of you, that is a shot. You practice that every single day.
We're here at Fiserv Forum where the Blazers lead by 6. We see Bobby Portis came off the bench here tonight, got things going nice and early. I talked to Bobby the other night about how he leans into his veteran experience to help his teammates get through a tough stretch.
You know, you go through these bumps in the road throughout the season, and you know, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. It's the NBA, so you got to keep your head up, keep going, and keep doing the things that you know got us here. You know, keep trending in our right direction, keep building good habits every day, and you know, you turn around and look up. You know, we'll be on a 5-6 game win streak. It's that simple. Just you know, stand them now and don't worry about you know the losses and things like that. Just keep trending in the right direction, keep getting better, and it'll all work out.
As we know, this team is full of vets, but also some young players. So I talked to fellow vet Gary Harris. I asked him the same question this morning. He said for him, the main thing is try to get a win. Take it one game at a time. Each team is going to look different. We can't look too far ahead. We can't look back. We have to look at what's right in front of us, be where our feet are, and do whatever we can to get a win, Lisa.
Yeah, and certainly tonight is a huge opportunity. This is a very much injury-depleted Portland Trailblazers team. As well as we mentioned, you know, some Emirates NBA Cup games coming up here this week. You want to kind of feel good as you're heading on the road to Miami and New York. Gary Trent Jr. started his career with Portland. Now Bobby Portis. String music here tonight again for BP.
I have to start calling him Bobby first quarter.
2 for 2. Let's see if he can match that 4 for 4 that he did on Saturday. Now the deep shot from Caleb Love. He will put up some shot attempts for sure.
That's the word. He is not bashful.
No, he's not. He was 1 for 8 from 3 last night against OKC. And he's always been that way. Played his college ball at North Carolina, finished up at Arizona. Oh, Bobby.
Bobby first quarter.
First quarter, BP.
Bobby first quarter.
It's 3 for 3.
And I also like Bobby being able to come off the bench and play with that second unit, because offensively, when they start to heat you up and it's a little bit tougher, there's a stabilizing piece. Like, hey, if nothing else, we can throw this ball to Bobby, and now the responsibility is on him.
Yeah, I agree. Caleb Love went for the pick, got the foul instead. And I like Jericho Sims with a bigger lineup to start this game with the options that you have. And then, like you said, there's a little bit of bench production, that's coming. Well, that offensive rebound, by the way, for Portland was their first offensive rebound. So the Bucks had done a good job in terms of keeping them off the O-boards, and Cole Anthony has that runner going.
And hopefully that gets him going. Definitely not the game that he would have liked the other night, but getting downhill, and when he's decisive, he's a whole different type of player.
4 points, 5 turnovers. So more turnovers than points or rebounds or assists. Off the Bucks last.
The activity of Milwaukee right now. Cole Anthony picking up, active hands with Gary Trent. It's a completely different team right now defensively than we saw in the first quarter against Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. The Bucks haven't led once. There hasn't even been a tie, but the energy is promising. Except for that, now they have their second offensive rebound. Wesley, in the commercial break, I was looking at that. They kept him off the O-boards all up until these last couple of possessions.
I mean, that's what they do. You can try to take away something as best you can, but the team strength is a team strength for a reason. And there's Ajax, again, kind of playing that hybrid 5-guard role where he's got the big on him, and so you have to play as a big. You have to respect that, and his rolling ability is going to attract attention.
Oh, Robert Williams finishing off the lob play. Oh, offensive foul call. That's Ray Acosta, the crew chief, who outruled the initial decision. Take a look, bottom of your screen.
That's a good play by Kuz right there.
Yeah, not afraid to sit in and take the contact. Andre Jackson Jr., some good minutes. 5 minutes at the 1 3-pointer. As we saw, he's going to get some shots.
A lot of facilitating. I like that too, is being able to move the ball, get the ball into an area of problems, and get out of it.
Couple of assists as he'll take a seat. And no call on that last attempt there by Cole Anthony. A little bit of a slower start of the quarter here for the Bucks. They started 0 for 3 from 3, but since they've been 4 of 8, and they're whittling away at this advantage here. It's 32-27 as we head to the second quarter. And a programming alert for you. You already love the Golics. They're now at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Then you can check out Countdown Live with Stan Verrett at 4:30 as he preps you for the night's action. It's all sports, all you need, all in one place. Weekdays on FanDuel Sports Network. Wesley Matthews, Lisa Byington, Melanie Ricks with you. Bucks had a good close to the first quarter. What'd you like by the way they ended the quarter versus how they started it?
I like the energy that they played with. I like that they were picking up. I like that they were able to get out in transition. They gave up a couple offensive rebounds, but that's going to happen with such a good offensive rebounding team. But just they're playing like this is a must-win game.
And you hate saying that with, what, like 17 games in, but sometimes that's a reality. Cole Anthony finding his shot tonight.
Yeah, I hate saying that as a player. You're hearing that, like, oh, this is a must-win. I mean, they're all must-win in our eyes, but some carry a little bit more importance because of how you've been playing and what you have ahead of you. But Cole Anthony with a floater, you saw him get downhill decisively with that left hand.
And the tides are turning here a little bit.
And Doc was talking about Gary Harris and just how he just makes the right plays, that veteran that's just going to do the right things. And here he was picking up full court, kind of giving Portland a dose of their medicine without having a true point guard on there. Hey, that's what I used to love to do. If you're not a true point guard bringing it up, I'm going to heat you up.
Speaking of heating up, I thought he was going to make that one. Bobby Portis had hit his first 3 shots before that miss.
It's because it wasn't in the first quarter.
That's right. We can generate a second quarter BP as well as we can a first quarter BP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kyle Kuzma bringing it across. BP over to Cole Anthony. Behind the back, BP's going to get another chance right from up top. He's only going to miss once.
There it is. There it is.
A three-pointer.
There it is. But again, decisiveness from Cole Anthony. Get downhill. You see that the big is dropped. He knows where his shooter is, and he gets off the ball right away. 9
points for BP. That was his first 3-point make. Avdia going off the bounce, crossover. And to the two-way player, Sissoko. Air ball. Cole Anthony doesn't waste any time. It's up for grabs and tosses it away.
It was the right idea. I know when he probably saw him last, he was down there leaking out. Tough break for Milwaukee, but you can already see there's such a concerted effort. You know that Portland is a paint team similar to Detroit was, but they're trying to make it a little bit more shrunk. Not in much space, not as inviting to get there.
And sometimes you'll live with those aggressive dead ball turnovers.
Absolutely. I mean, he was doing the right thing. He saw his guy ahead of him, and, you know, just not on the right page at the same time.
Kyle Kuzma gets it knocked away. Avdia got the piece first. And here comes Portland. Sissoko with the head fake, driving baseline. And gives it up to Repair. Another offensive rebound. 4 of them now here for the Blazers. 6 to shoot, though. And a reach-in foul. Gary Trent Jr.'s first, or second.
And that's tough right there. You're fighting down there. You do a good job walling up, force a pass to a 3-point shooter that isn't shooting a high percentage. But Clingham down there, it's a big kid.
He's got a wingspan, I think, that goes the entire 94 feet on this court. Cole Anthony, loose ball foul. And Clingham all knocked him over with that wingspan. His first personal.
And those are the plays that I'm used to seeing Cole Anthony make. Come back, make those energy plays, rebound amongst the trees, throw your body around, be aggressive, be fearless. And I think those are the type of things that get him going.
He has some of the most impressive looking rebounds. You talk about highlight rebounds.
Oh, in a weak side block, too.
Right. Bobby Portis, hot hand. Ooh, sizzling hot still.
And I like the point guard acumen from Cole Anthony. It's like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know Klingham's going to be in a drop. Come set this screen. You know Bobby knows how to get the ball. So he's going to make sure he's the one setting that screen.
And the Bucks have their first lead of the night, but it didn't last long thanks to Avdia, who's nearly almost at his point average last night against OKC. Was held to a season low in that game, 11 points. For a guy who averages about 25. Off the one leg. We've got first quarter Bobby and maybe second quarter Cole.
Hey, that works. That works if you're a Bucks fan right there. But again, a lot of it is just making sure you're knocking them off the pickup point, getting that screen high, and getting as much space against that drop coverage.
Avdia looking for the foul, won't get it. Remember when he was at the low end of the scouting report in his career.
It is amazing. As a basketball fan, it is awesome to see someone that continue to work on their game and get rewarded for it. Speaking of getting rewarded for it, hey,
It's
you might want to change that matchup right now.
Hot.
And hey, hot hand right there. First quarter.
Just one tie, and the latest lead change led to the big explosion. We've missed that kind of feeling here at Five Serve Forum. It is a feeling that Damian Lillard knows all too well, who's back for the first time in Milwaukee since last year. Melanie, take it away.
Thanks, Lisa. Dame, welcome back to Milwaukee. They did a great tribute video for you. We saw you warming up on the court earlier. How's your rehab been going?
It's been going great. Obviously, it's an injury that takes time. But I think, I would say a week and a half out of surgery, I started the process, and it's come a long way. So I can do pretty much everything. It's a matter of building the tendon back up to full strength.
Well, and there's no doubt that this team loves you. This city loves you. They appreciate you very much. What did you appreciate the most about your time in Milwaukee?
I think the reception right off the plane, how I was embraced when I got here. The organization was great while I was here, supporting me in all of my personal things that I had to kind of wrap up at home. But also just having that experience of playing with Giannis, playing with a great player. And someone who spent their whole career just like taking the challenge every night, taking pride in showing up every night, being able to play beside a guy like that I see the same thing in him, that same pride and that same competitiveness and care every night. That meant a lot to me, and it was a great experience.
Well, and speaking of great teammates, Wesley Matthews is on the call tonight, so we can hear you right now. We know you guys were teammates for 5 years in Portland. Do you have any fun Wes Matthews stories that you can share with us?
Well, Wes lived directly across the street from me while we played together. And I mean, I could have threw an apple at his door, easily. But Wes Matthews' story that I would tell is right after I got drafted, when I came to Summer League training camp to get ready for my first Summer League, Wes came and did Summer League training camp too. And he was already a starter. He was already a paid starter in the league. And he went through the whole camp with me, talked me through a lot of things during that time. And he played my first Summer League game with me as well. Just for us to get on the same page and get connected, because he knew I was going to be playing next to him. So that's something that I always think of when I think about vets who take their roles serious and they have an impact on the guys coming in because they just want to win and they want what's best for the team. And that's something that I always think of when I think of Wes.
Absolutely. Just a quick follow-up. Did you ever throw any apples at his door?
I never did. But it was that close. Every time he left the house or his uncle or his mom left the house, I could hear him and see him. So
Thanks so much, Dave.
Thank you. Good to see you.
See you too, Lisa.
Gonna look over your shoulder, right? With a fun neighbor
I
like
was thinking
that.
the same thing to him, though.
And you never threw any apples,
No,
right?
no.
Former teammate and the neighbor. I didn't know the neighbor part.
Yep, definitely neighbors.
But you saw how motivated he was as a young player. Many people get to say that they were teammates with him as a rookie.
Yeah, and the thing about him, too,
Oh,
was...
look at the baby faces.
Wow.
Look
The thing
at
about him,
that.
though, look, for somebody that got drafted as high that he did, you know, he had a chip on his shoulder like he was undrafted. And so that was one of those things that I definitely resonated. And that time going to Summer League with him, it was, like he said, I want to build a rapport. You know, I want to win. And I know that you are going to be a huge piece in what we need to do to win. And, you know, it's like a crystal ball, like I was right, obviously, you know. Him being one of the best, if not the best Portland Trailblazer ever.
But did you see top 75
You know,
all time?
You know what I mean? You know what? I don't know if you thought about top 75 all time, but there was definitely moments where you're like, okay, this kid he's got something to him, man. The way he approached the game and approached his work, and it's just no coincidence.
In your face! Stamped by Miles Turner.
And I love that. I love that. I love seeing Miles Turner get rolls, not just settle and be a big on the perimeter, because he can do that as well. But, you know, back to Dame, his attention to detail with the game, and he's just so meticulous about wanting to get better and the things that he can do to get better.
It's well said. Three-pointer. Boy, how about that five-serve form bounce? The away team, again, is not supposed to get those kind of bounces. And Kamara has another three. You were poking and asking about his three-point shooting. He's 2 of 3 here tonight. And dives on the court, get the possession.
You shouldn't have said anything about it.
You should. Robert Williams, high off the glass, and a late foul call against Miles Turner.
As a player, I strongly, my daughter doesn't like when I use the word hate. I strongly detest those late whistles, the oopsies that they kind of feel like.
So they wait to see if it, you know, affects the shot, if they make the shot, which I'm not a fan of it either, to be honest. A foul is a foul, in my opinion. Time for a quick word from Michaels Corporation. And Williams, a couple of free throws. Robert Williams is a guy who's kind of been in and out on the injury report. With left knee management, didn't play last night against OKC. Bobby Portis can play all the minutes if he's going to continue to shoot like that.
Absolutely, and that is not an easy shot. There's another call on Miles. That's not an easy shot, that mid-range over Robert Williams, who I've seen him, he's impacted my corner threes from the foul line before.
From the foul line.
He has jumped from the foul line to contest me in the corner in that angle, and I saw him.
Yeah, talk about wingspan.
When he's healthy, his athleticism is definitely a problem.
Well, Jeremy Grant has done all that he can to get to the free throw line. These are his already, by the way, with 5:20 left in the second quarter, his 11th and 12th free throw attempts. 17 points, which matches him with Bobby Portis for the game lead. And now he's got 18. Gary Trent Jr. hunting for it. There's that Robert Williams contest. Ryan Rollins picks it off. He's been sitting for a little bit with the hot shooting Cole Anthony playing about 10 minutes. A block from Williams. at the perspective? You
As
didn't
I
get your
was
shot
saying,
blocked, though.
he might have got it. He might have got it a few times. But, I mean, that's the threat that he is, and that's why they have him. And I know Portland's happy to see him healthy and able to play, because this is the type of things that he can do. And as Ryan, if you're Ryan Rollins, you have to file that away. You have to understand that, okay, this is what this guy does. And sometimes you have to get your shot blocked to get a gauge of athleticism, get a gauge of spacing. So now I would look for him to show it a little bit and make sure he gets to that paint.
Gives it up to Bobby Portis.
Or find him.
BP.
That's honestly the easiest thing for them to do right now.
His 4 3-point make. He's got 20 points in the first half.
Bobby's watching my tapes.
Grant to Williams. And Grant tipping it out. Save the possession. Here's Love in and out. Williams, another offensive rebound. So they're adding them up. They're stacking up the offensive rebounds here in the second quarter. Ryan Rollins with the leak out to Bobby Portis. He's going to get the points. Try to get them any way he can. And just the third miss for Bobby. 8 of 11 from the field. Sissoko, corner shot. Knocks it down. Just his 8th 3-point make. 46, and counting tonight, 47 total NBA games for him in 3 years. A two-way player in his second year with Portland. Ryan Rollins, not there. Ryan still with 0 points. He's 0 for 6 from the field here to open up. Love takes it and finishes on the left side with the right hand.
And he'll continue to learn this. And sometimes, you know, as a guy that has that ability to stare down shot, pull up off the dribble shot, sometimes you just have to see that ball go in the basket and rely on your athleticism and your ability to get by most of any bigs, especially Robert Williams, who is going to contest more at the top of the key.
Doc calls a timeout. The Bucks trail by 10. First half, Wesley Matthews leads the Byington. Melanie Ricks with your Kia player profile. Already a season high for Bobby here in the first half. He's poured in 20 points.
And he's doing it smooth. He's doing it effortless. He's doing what Bobby does. And, you know, with such a high usage rating with Giannis, scoring and assisting is going to be up to everybody else. And, you know, Bobby is definitely doing it on the offensive side. But you got to credit Cole Anthony. You got to credit Gary Trent that are finding him, being aggressive and assertive, making space for Bobby to then make them pay.
Let's check in with Melanie Ricks.
Hey, Lisa, very active huddle during that timeout. So first off, we see that the Blazers, they have 10 three-pointers right now that they've made. Bucks assistant coach Greg Buckner, he was telling his guys they're shooting a lot of threes, so we can't give them that shot. We got to get into their airspace. Bucks assistant coach Rex Kalamian, he said it's a 5-man task to rebound. You got to sandwich them in. And then lastly, Doc Rivers just urging his guys to get some more movement back into their offense, Lisa.
Lots of different voices pointing out lots of different things. Love to see it. Yeah, for the season, just a 3-point story. Oof. Jeremy Grant. He got fouled on the dunk attempt. But the Blazers shoot 27th out of the league in 3-point field goal percentage. And tonight they're shooting about 45-46%. We go back to look at this foul. Kuzma's first.
And like I had said earlier, it's a copycat league. So they're all watching the film of Detroit last game. And Detroit is kind of like in a similar situation where they're not the greatest 3-point shooting team, but there are going to be shots out there. To what Melanie was talking about is there's a fine line of giving up threes and trying to take away the paint. You never want to just, they're NBA team, they're NBA players.
Right.
They work on threes and spot up shots all day. You don't want to give anybody their shots.
Jeremy Grant has shot 14 of the 19 free throws here in this first half for Portland. Continues to get himself to the free throw line. Ryan Rollins' hesitation takes it all the way, and he draws the foul for his first opportunity to get on the board, but he is definitely a little bit slow to get up. No more injuries the rest of the season.
Can't have that.
No.
Can't have that.
That's what
There's
my
no time for
request. Makes good on the first. Opt in for Bucks deal season. Score exclusive offers from the Milwaukee Bucks and 5-star forum. Go to bucks.com/deal season. You know, Giannis, Doc Rivers had said in the pregame, he's going to have Giannis on the trip to Miami, to New York. Doesn't necessarily anticipate that he would return on Wednesday. Giannis did go through a warm-up session here today, as well as Kevin Porter Jr.
They look good. They look good. Obviously, you got to listen to your body. I know Giannis personally, so I know that guy definitely wants to be out there on the court competing. Probably to take each other a little bit. Definitely a competitor in his own right. But man, we are just gonna have to find a way to run these guys off the line and stay in front.
Yeah, they're shooting 48% here tonight, and our three-point shooter AJ Green knocks down a two-pointer.
Very underrated part of his game is the ability to put the ball on the deck, and sometimes that's what you need to do just to get your rhythm.
3 points for AJ. That's actually his first field goal of the night. AJ comes down with the rebound. All right, the deficit is 10 once again here for the Bucks.
Yeah, but 10 is like
10
5.
is like shouting distance, right? It's like throwing an apple at your neighbor kind of distance.
Exactly.
Ryan Rollins with the lefty lay. His first field goal. Has a couple of free throws.
And the game's a little bit different now with Robert Williams out of the game, protecting that paint. Now you want to see Ryan Rollins and Kuz get downhill even more, and maybe even Turner on some rolls with the size advantage.
It's a great point, how one guy can affect things. This is how the three-point shot can affect things. 12 of 24, now they've upped it to 50% shooting from three.
Now you just got to rely on law averages, right?
Yeah, the fact that they shoot 32% for the season.
It's got to mean a cold second half.
We can only hope. Gary Trent Jr., though. 3 personal fouls called for the offensive foul. And 67 seconds left to play. So Andre Jackson Jr. will re-enter this game after playing about 5 minutes in the first quarter. Ajax played a season-high 29 minutes Saturday against Detroit, had a season-high 6 points, and hit his first 3 of the season on Saturday. And you see him now with the defensive assignment. On Apia, Kuz switches out on him, so there's length there with those 2 defenders.
And that's what you want to see. You want to see built-in help. You want to see activity on hands.
The 2 UConn players going at it. And the foul to Ajax, his 3rd. No challenges yet for either one of these coaches. Klingon misses the first. Time for a quick word from Auto Owners Insurance.
Auto Owners thinks the more you protect, the more you should save. That's simple human sense.
That's it for Ajax. They're picking up his 3rd personal. Took a seat for the final 54 seconds. That's the screen that Ryan Rollins needed. You pointed out on Saturday against the Pistons with that pressure, that ball pressure.
And they definitely made a concerted effort, having multiple guys bring the ball up the court, coming off of the ball, going for handoffs.
Miles Turner's 2 of 4 from 3. Klingon misses. The tip out to Grant. Shot clock still in play. On a 2-second differential. Grant looking to create a runway and some space for himself. Three-pointer not there, and that'll be the half. Well, Portland outscores Milwaukee in the first and the second quarters and leads here at halftime. Coming up at the half, powered by UW Credit Union. Highlights and stats coming up, and Melanie, a conversation with Dave Yeager about things to change here in the second half. All right, it's the Bucks and the Blazers for the first of two meetings with familiar faces back in the house. The Bucks trail by 12.
Freighter in the Medical College of Wisconsin. I'm here with Bucks assistant coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what type of adjustments do you want to see in the second half?
Well, we got to come out and they shot a little too comfortably. There wasn't enough space. We need to make them uncomfortable and push them around a little bit so they're not just shooting open shots.
Well, and Doc was telling your guys he wants to see more movement on offense. What does that look like to you?
Well, they're playing their big guy, deep in the basket, and they're trying to funnel everything to him, and that's why. And then they're staying out on our shooters, so our AJ and GT aren't getting the shots that they're normally getting. So we get some stops. They got to the foul line a lot. Get the pace up and down. Get this crowd involved in the game, and let's go.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet. Thanks.
Yeah, they got a couple of big guys clinging that you see there as one. Robert Williams is the other. The Toyota leading scorers, Jeremy Grant, 22 points. 11 of those, half of his points coming from the free throw line. Bobby Portis, the only double-figure scorer with a season-high 20. Interesting, Wesley, the Bucks bench produced 34 points, 34 of the 53. That equates to 64% of their scoring in the first half.
And that's a strength of Milwaukee, especially when you look at Bobby, when you look at Cole Anthony and their ability to get hot and stay hot. You especially need that now without Giannis in the lineup.
And what do you make of this change, too? Gary Harris in the starting lineup in the place of Jericho Sims, who started the game here tonight, and immediately Harris making an impact.
Well, that's why they made that adjustment right there. In the first half, he had a lot of good defensive plays on Denny in the pick and roll situations.
They swing it over, Donovan Klingler. Here's Grant, but he stepped on the sideline, so a couple of turnovers in the first couple of possessions.
But the payoff, you see the payoff early. We're putting Gary in to start this game off. You get a turnover, you get a steal. Obviously, you would like to execute on that fast break, but a better start.
Defending Ryan Rollins, the kick out. Miles Turner, the up fake. Over to Kyle Kuzma, has a straight line drive down the baseline for two.
And as long as Klingham is guarding Miles Turner, that high pick and roll ball screen for Rollins to get downhill should be there. And if he doesn't have shot, playing 2-on-1 on the back end should be there as well.
But then the answer from Jeremy Grant. Averaging almost 18, 19 points per game. Grant above that at 24 here tonight. He averages about 17 off the bench, which is where he has played most of the time. Miles Turner not there.
And that's a good look. Ball goes from side to side. Get an attacking drive from AJ. Enough to loosen up the defense for Miles to get a good quality look.
AJ up and over that screen, still in front of Avdia. Well, Gather commits the foul. It's AJ's second.
Clever. I mean, that's just a clever move. Caught AJ with his arms out. He's just somebody that's playing with a lot of confidence. You don't make moves like that if you haven't been working. You don't make moves like that if you don't have the confidence. And Portland is making a concerted effort to get downhill, get to the basket. That's what they do, and get to the foul line.
Avdia trying to hunt down another 20-point game. And he's done it in 19 of the 22 games, which makes last night so unusual when OKC only hold him to 11 points. They lost that game.
OKC's defense is
yes,
different.
they're pretty good. Might be one of the reasons why they're defending NBA champs. Portland got OKC, though, this year. And Kuz gets the foul.
For Milwaukee to get back into this game, get a lead, build on it, it's going to come with the decisiveness of whoever's initiating the offense. You cannot let their pressure bother you. Right there, Ryan Rollins sees an opening, gets downhill, gets a guy on his shoulder, and collapses the defense. And then it's the responsibility of everybody else to either get to an open shot on the three or cut into space.
He's a tough time at the free throw line. 0 for 2. 6 points from the field. Boy, Grant is a problem. 26 points already. And Doc Rivers calls a timeout. It's including the latest when he cut baseline. He's a tough check.
He's a tough cover, tough to contest. I mean, he's every bit of 6'8", 6'9", has a natural fade, high release. Kind of unorthodox. You got to be careful watching those legs, those limbs. You don't want to give the ref any reason to call a foul on a tougher shot, on a shot that's tough as it is.
Melanie Ricks, what'd you pick up in the latest title?
Well, Lisa, the conversation was all about defense. Doc telling his guys it's our defense is scoring on every possession, and Buck's defensive coordinator, Buck, said, we got to keep the ball in front of us. Wes, you talked about not letting the pressure get to the Bucks. Well, they're the ones that need to apply this pressure now.
We'll see what kind of offensive execution. A.J. Green steps it back for his first three-point make of the night.
Got to find him, shooting 48%.
That's top 5 in the league. A.J. had 5 threes to tie his season high on Saturday against the Pistons, but for one three-pointer, it's like Portland always has an answer.
Well, they're playing confident, and any NBA player, any basketball player knows you see the ball go in once, you start to feel a rhythm, and that basket turns into the ocean. So Milwaukee's definitely got a tall task ahead of them to try to cool them off, because it's going to have to be them. You can't rely on Portland to just miss.
Offensive rebound for Gary Harris. Kuz fires and hits from straight away.
And this is when you have to make a stand. You can no longer continue to trade baskets.
Eight to shoot. Avdia dribbling inside the paint. And off of Klingon last. It'll be Bucks basketball.
And that's a good possession right there. They scrambled out, showed a crowd, moved their hands. As you can see, Danny's clever. He's crafty. He tried to get another 2 free throws right there. Able to take your hand out the cookie jar.
Ryan Rollins created some space. That's a tough shot. Right over the 7'3" center.
3-level scorer, tough shot maker. He doesn't care. He's fearless. And now he's starting to get that it's time for him to start implementing himself into this game.
Wow. Kamara, yet another three-pointer. 3 of them. Miles Turner, a 3 for a 3.
Stops are imperative right now.
Turner went for it. Klingon's got just a few inches here on Turner. Grant steps out.
And those are the shots that you can live with. A 2-pointer, contested. Miles did a great job at staying down on the shot fake, being the second off the ground. That's what you want to teach your bigs and shot blockers is don't be the first in the air. Be the second off the ground. It's just unfortunate. Klingham's 7'3".
Yeah, you can't teach or coach 7'3".
Can't do much about that.
Speaking of big bodies, the Bucks will get bigger when Jericho Sims is set to check in the next dead ball. Rollins penetrates. Williams might have gotten a piece from behind. Miles Turner commits his 3rd personal. Did Ryan get hit?
Oh, it looked like he did hit that forearm, that right forearm that knocked that ball loose a little bit.
He's got the hot hand. Misses that time. Now Kamara, 3 of 5 from 3 here tonight.
That was a better shell defensive possession for Milwaukee. The nails, paint, the boxes were covered.
All right, Mullins got in trouble. Somehow Gary Harris and the Bucks get it right back. 11 seconds to shoot. 5 seconds for AJ. Post touch for Miles Turner. It gets hacked.
I really like that play from Miles right there, recognizing that you have the matchup. That's not necessarily where they normally throw Miles the ball, but for him to take the time to say, hey, look, I got the matchup right here, and take his time down there and get something out of it.
It's Chris Murray's first, third-year player out of Iowa. Looks like they're tending to Ryan Rollins over on the sideline there. Another cameo by head athletic trainer Scott Faust.
Best in the business. There he is, Scotty.
I mean, how quickly you got to put the gloves on.
Oh, but
patch things up,
he's
have
on
the
it,
Band-Aid ready.
So with Robert Williams in the game right now, Portland is trying to funnel everything to the basket because that is where he's at his best. And obviously he's going to guard Jericho Sims, who's not going to be on the perimeter. If I'm Jericho, the best thing I can do for my team right now is to fly around and set ball screens, knowing that he's going to be in that drop coverage, freeing up shots for my guys.
Leads back to 10. Numbers to Avdia. Over to Sissoko. Wide open look. And the putback is good. Kamara. Their offensive rebound, they've got 9 of them. They had 5 of the 9 in the second quarter.
And that's an unfortunate possession right there from Milwaukee. You played however many great seconds of defense. You get a slip, a little over pursuit.
Damn, that's a steal.
But that's the NBA for you. You just got to be disciplined because they're good enough. They're going to make you pay.
Murray has committed his second. Kind of felt like that second quarter. I mentioned they got 5 offensive fouls in the second quarter. I feel like that kind of got them into rhythm in that part of the game. Put up 80 points. Looking for the lob play for Jericho.
That's the Robert Williams effect down there. You see him down there, and you just assume that he's coming over to block that shot. I mean, it's not a bad idea right there, but that time he stayed home, and sometimes you are the best shot.
Avdia over to Love. And a one-handed rebound by Miles Turner. Bucks trail by 12. Rollins dancing. Elbow shot not there. Above the break look for Love. Bucks are fortunate that they haven't knocked down some of those shots.
Law of averages, but now you got to make them pay on the other end.
Got wrapped up on the handoff. And it's the third personal on Caleb Love.
Right now, Milwaukee just has to get their spacing. They're getting the stops, and yes, you want to play fast, but you got to play fast and you got to play smart at the same time. Understand what Portland is trying to do. They're trying to funnel you everything. They want you to play in a crowd. So if Robert Williams is in the game, make sure your spacing is correct. That'll allow you to see where that ball should go and give the space to do it.
Something that Dave Yeager was talking to Melanie Ricks about at halftime. The movement, the offensive movement and spacing. There's your ball screen for Cole Anthony. Fades it back. He just picks up in the third quarter where he did in the first half.
And he's got that rhythm right now. And again, you were expecting a better game from Cole Anthony after the last one, and he's definitely showed up doing that. And again, it's all decisiveness.
Avdia just needs a sliver of space, misses that three-pointer. So they missed their last 3 open looks from 3. Bobby Portis got a nice cheer, checking back in for the first time here in the third quarter. The back down for Bobby.
That's a good look, though. As he recognizes he got the smaller guy on him.
Avdia in traffic gets hit. Cole Anthony's first.
This ain't marginal.
Avdia wanted the officials to go to the monitor since he got hit in the head. But they're not. So free throws coming for Avdia. Makes good on the first. Time for a quick word from Gruber Law Offices.
After a serious crash, call the team you can trust. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Another 20-point game for Denny Avdia. He's improved his scoring average last year to this year. 8 more points. In November, he's averaging about 28 points. And an offensive foul call. Cole Anthony's second.
It's a nice sales job right there. I mean, a little push off, but the way that this game is played and the physicality, I don't love it.
You know, there was so much emphasis a few years ago on the flopping violation. You just don't hear about it, see it.
They probably could have issued one right there. But, I mean, you got to be smarter in that sense, but I get it on both sides of it. It's an unfortunate basketball break for the Bucks. We'll leave it at that.
12-point deficit, largest lead has been 15. Shooting has been good this quarter for both teams. All subs in this rotation here. Once who started the second half. Gary Trent Jr. gets blocked by Williams. He's going to be everywhere.
He's definitely going to be in that paint. So if you're going to engage with Robert Williams, you have to have a plan.
And the putback. Williams couldn't get it the first time, got it the second time. 4 blocks and 6 points. Oh my! Cole Anthony. Good strong take. Kamara with the miss. Anthony. He shot it 9 times. He's made 7 of the 9. He's got 14 points.
And those are going to be the looks that are going to be there. And Cole Anthony did in the first half. He's doing it in the second half. You get a good screen up top with Robert Williams guarding. He's going to be off in coverage. That shot is going to be there, and he's making them pay for it.
Typical College of Wisconsin.
Now, Portland's game plan with the 5, specifically Robert Williams, is to be in a drop coverage. So when you get this space and you get a screen right here, a good screen by Jericho Sims, now Cole Anthony has all this room to operate. And when he comes off, he has decision to shoot the 3. He's got all the way at the rim, and he's got this pull-up jumper. Right now, this has been the Bucks' best offense, engaging the 5-man with proper spacing.
So keep going to it, right?
Keep going to it. Space the court out. Let the ball breathe. Let your teammates operate. Let your teammates play, and the ball will find you.
Keep going to it as long as you got those percentages. Cole Anthony, you saw his numbers, 7 of 9 shooting from the field.
And they can do that same action now, even they took Robert Williams out with Klinger.
Love passes up the 3. The runner in the paint gets his own miss. And 11 offensive rebounds. A team that excels at offensive rebounding. The call on A.J. Green. Doc Rivers looking up at the big screen. Right now it's A.J.'s 3rd. He has a challenge to use if he wants it.
That's a tough call right there. As a defender, I don't say hate. I strongly detest that call.
Well, someone, Grant got past everyone. Got loose. Strongly detest, just don't hate it.
Yep. I think my daughter's watching, so I strongly detest it.
There you go. Dad is listening. Gary Trent Jr. loses it. And Portland on the play. Cole Anthony on his trampoline breaks it up. Over to Gary Trent. Bobby Portis, offensive rebound, tosses it up with the left hand.
Those are the special plays that Cole Anthony can make. You say, what did he makes highlight rebounds and he gets highlight defensive plays like that.
It's like he just has an unfair advantage that no one else has. He finds the bouncy parts of the floor. I mean, he just looks like he's going off a trampoline. It just looks different.
He knows where the springs are on the court. He watches them put the court down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But to not get anything out of that, no points.
It's tough, and then again, you got Grant at the free throw line again, and it's all about angles right now. Like, I understand pressure. You want to pressure, but you have to pressure intelligently. Make them shoot over you. Nobody wants to shoot this tough two consistently. Very few players want to, and there's not many on this Portland roster in this game right now that want that shot. So what they want is for you to open up your shoulders a little bit so they can continue to drive through the contact, and Milwaukee needs to just stand their ground and say, you have to shoot over them.
Well, the Bucks give up about 28 free throw attempts to opponents here this year. And right now, Portland's already at 27 attempts with more coming. And Bobby's just committed his third. This is the largest deficit. 15 points. Cole Anthony, instead of taking the shot, was looking for Jericho.
I like the idea of trying to reward your big for the screen, but if you're the hot hand right now and that shot's going for you, you have to continue shooting that ball.
You don't have to tell that guy twice. Caleb Love to take a shot.
You ask Caleb Love, he's 3 for 3 right now.
Instead of the 3 for 9 that he's at. Blazers on an 8-0 run. Catch and shoot for AJ Green. Cole Anthony not there. Portis trying to rebound among some numbers. Largest deficit for the Bucks. We got a technical foul. We got a common foul and also a technical foul. And Jeremy Grant will go to the free throw line on the common foul. I think they got Bobby Portis with the technical. So the common foul there on Jericho Sims, a technical on Bobby Portis. Jeremy Grant looks like he'll shoot all free throws.
I feel like he shot more free throws than field goal attempts.
For sure. He's got 17 free throw attempts after that one. He's got 18 and 19 here coming up, and he shot it 14 times from the field. I mean, talk about getting your money's worth here tonight.
Man, this guy's got 40 total shot attempts.
And that's all you need to hear and see to understand his frustration. Well, coming up, it's the fourth quarter, brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. And the Bucks are facing the largest deficit of the game, going to try to make it up in the final 12 minutes. Coming in the first half. It was scoreless here in the third. And Jeremy Grant, his 33 points, ties a season high for him. guy that has been called on to be a starter and is a starter the last few games. You see the scoring by quarter. Portland has gotten the Bucks every single quarter, the first, the second, and the third, and holding Milwaukee to its game low of 21 points there in the third quarter. What you're looking for coming out of the locker room. Now they trail by 21 and make that 23 after the first possession of the fourth.
I was wondering when and if they were going to go to the zone, and watching how Detroit attacked it, putting their best playmaker in the middle of the zone and going from there and trusting them to make the decision. Portland came out and did that exact same thing.
Well, Cole Anthony stays in. Off-balance three-point shot. So Cole Anthony, Ryan Rollins playing together here in this group. Andre Jackson Jr., Miles Turner, and Bobby Portis. Group to try to get them to the fourth, but 2 possessions here for Portland and 2 buckets.
Milwaukee, you don't have to press, but you do have to play with more urgency, like you were. You understand what Portland is trying to do. Engage that big, get your screens, get downhill, and that ball has to just start humming, and you're going to have to turn up your defense on this side of the floor.
Klingon has a couple three-pointers. I mean, for a guy like we talked about, only shooting 24% for the season from 3. And Portland has been perfect, basically, in the fourth quarter.
On the mouse, and I'm running. On the mouse, and I'm running, yo. On the mouse, and I'm running. Better hide your price, cause I'm coming, yo. Hey.
You know, we could use a few less Portland buckets here, but they are a perfect 3 for 3. And a 7-0 start in the fourth forced Doc to call the timeout. You know, Wesley, they ended the third on an 11-0 run, and they've started the fourth, as you saw there, on a 7-0 run.
Stranger things have happened in the NBA.
They make shots like that.
That's a good start. I mean, and that's, you have to take what the defense is giving you, and that is what they are giving you. And if you're Cole Anthony, I have to look for that, but I have to get stops on this side.
And he's feeling good with that little mid-range shot as well, so keep giving it to him. Love, though, they found Klingon a couple of times on the lob play now. And now with 14 points, Ryan Rollins gets partially blocked. It'll be Bucks basketball. Shot clock resets here to 14. Ryan has had a really quiet scoring game here so far. We got a coach's challenge on the out-of-bounds call. Right now stands as Bucks basketball.
Portland has taken a timeout to challenge the ruling of an out-of-bounds.
Right, so our first coach's challenge. We will take a timeout as crew chief Ray Acosta.
The call is being overturned to Portland ball. The challenge is successful. Portland will lose its timeout due to it being in the mandatory window, but it gets a second challenge for the remainder of the game.
That's crew chief Ray Acosta and our Sprite coaches challenge. The battle between Bobby, you can see it's off Bobby last. So a successful challenge for Portland. Acting head coach Thiago Splitter, and the Blazers will get a second and final challenge if they want to use it here in the fourth. Grant fades it back. One of his rare misses, but his 16th field goal attempt.
And a rare not foul call.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Anthony doing all he can to get that loose ball. Now still 9 and some change left to play. That's going to make a comeback even tougher. Caleb Love with his third three-pointer.
He just plays with so much confidence that You know, it's good to see him having this opportunity right now. All the success that he had in college.
And he's a bucket getter, 1,000 points that he scored at both North Carolina and Arizona. The rare players in NCAA history to do that at 2 different schools, and he can shoot the 3-pointer and the 2-pointer.
Like he's trying to get to 1,000.
Here tonight?
Right now.
Boy. And a loose ball foul against Jeremy Grant. His first. Got some subs coming in. Gary Trent Jr. will check in. Kyle Kuzma will check in. To check out Cole Anthony, who's been playing a hefty load of consecutive minutes in the 3rd quarter and the start here of the 4th.
He's played well. I mean, they needed him. He's been their lone bright spot on offense in the 2nd half.
He's got 16 points off the bench. Miles Turner, 3-pointer on the way. 3 of 8 shooting.
Well, that's how they have to play. That very good spacing. See where the open man is, find him, and then that's a good shot.
Gary Trent lowers his shoulder, count the bucket. And one for Gary Trent Jr.
A little knee to knee.
Looks like it.
That's a good finish right there through that. He would have ran into my knee right now. Oh my goodness. That ball is not going at the rim, I'll tell you that much.
He was an old teammate, right? In Portland? Gary
No,
Trent, or did he miss you?
I missed Gary.
Okay.
He came, I think, the year that I went to Dallas.
Got it. Started his career, obviously went to Toronto. Teammates with that guy on the bench, Damian Lillard in Portland. Another offensive rebound, make it 12 on the night. Kuz down the middle of the court, middle of the lane. And he stops the clock.
And going forward, until Giannis gets back, that's going to be one of the big things that Milwaukee is going to have to figure out is how can we score with the clock stopped? How can we put them in foul trouble so that we can get easy fouls on touch fouls and stuff like that?
Make the most of these free throw opportunities. Just the 10th and the 11th coming up for the Bucks as a team. Hey, Bucks fans, if you ever miss a live game, you can catch up with game replays. As soon as the final whistle blows, you can catch a 5, 10, or 15-minute condensed game. Download the FanDuel Sports Network app today. Kuz has got 12 points. Hesitation move, all kinds of contests there at the rim. Approaching about the 7-minute mark here in the 4th. Good up fake. Move there from Kyle Kuzma.
That was a nice .5 read right there. But you can do that with proper spacing. The ball comes out, Klingon wants to stay inside, so he pushes Caleb Love out. Kuz drives, the closeout. Great shot fake.
Just battling it. Just extra effort. 13 offensive rebounds now for Portland. Miles Turner pushes it away. Bucks on a modest 7-0 run here. Another turnover though. 14 of them. And Avdia gets fouled. Bucks coming off a game where they had 17 turnovers against Detroit. The Pistons got 30 points off of those turnovers. 14 here tonight and just 7 points off. So certainly not the cleanest of basketball games.
And that was one of those situations, young guy, he's going to continue to learn the more he's in those kind of situations. more his stamina picks up, because he's logging heavy minutes, Rollins is, and now being pressured the way that he is something that is new for him, that he's going to have to continue to work through. But right there, that's, you know, trying to be a little too unselfish right there. Maybe that's his shot, but he'll figure all of that out. He's figuring everything out in real time, and he's producing.
He got pressured in a different kind of way Saturday against the Pistons. And now threatening to have a season low in points here. It's become his team, and he's going to get the attention of the #1 scorer. That's a nice move. Left-handed finish for Ryan Rollins. He's at 8 points.
That's what you want to keep seeing, is continue to be relentless. Don't look at the score, what it is right now. Take it possession by possession.
Kyle Kuzma spinning. Got another foul on Altia. His third. And the 4th team foul.
That driving lane was there because of, one, you get a stop, and 2, you get a proper spacing. Like, Bobby won't get a reward for this. Maybe he will on film, but for him to come from one side of the court to the other side, the strong side, to fill that corner, and his ability to shoot 3 opened up that gap for Kuz to drive.
Some more points coming with the clock stopped. And 9 of 12 shooting from the free throw line, as Love will get a breather. He's got 13 points, the only bench player for Portland at double figures. Turner with the rebound.
Another great job of being a second off the ground.
Now another great job just carving his way through the defense. Ryan Rollins gets another.
You would think he's left-handed. He's going to get to that left.
10 points for Rollins. Bucks break it up. Got a little bit of life here with 5:22.
Stranger things have happened in the NBA.
A 13-1 Bucks run. Ryan Rollins, Gary Trent Jr., corner shot. Oh! The Bucks aren't giving up.
Possession at a time. Stranger things have happened in the NBA. It's a long game. When you're playing basketball the right way, just continue to play hard. Do your job every possession at a time and give yourself a chance at the end.
Life being pumped back into 5-serve form, and the Bucks on a 16-1 run. Credit to them, trailed by as many as 33. And a nice little run as we take a look at the last couple of plays. Potawatomi Casino Hotel payoff plays of the game. It starts with a Ryan Rollins take.
And he needs to continue to find those gaps, find those spaces. And right there, he measured him up this time. Last time he remembers getting his three-point block by Robert Williams.
That's true.
Hey, big fella, jump real quick.
As you talked about, he's going to learn his lessons. And really some valuable lessons that he's taken away on how teams are playing him and focusing on him without Giannis here tonight. Look at the bench point production. I mean, 36 of those bench points coming from Bobby Portis and Cole Anthony.
And that's something that you can build on.
Yeah.
You know, a rapport for those guys. You want people in rhythm. You want your team in rhythm. You don't want the score to be what it is, but NBA, you know there's another game right around the corner. So you want to be able to continue to carry that rhythm. And to your point about Ryan Rollins seeing and learning in the game, like, you can have success in practice, but those aren't the same players you're going to play against night in and night out. So to be able to file that away against a Robert Williams type of player, he'll be able to take that to the next game.
Yeah, those were kind of the hidden pieces Doc Rivers is talking about with the positives, with Giannis being out, Kevin Porter Jr. being out. But you talked about building momentum for some of these individual players. Grant misses the shot. 3 of 7 shooting from threes for Jeremy Grant with his 35 points. Here comes Kyle Kuzma. The Bucks have to score and score quickly. It rims out. No field goals, though, for the Blazers. They're on their own little drought. 4 minutes and counting. Avdia off balance. Rollins has it. Bobby making quick work of it. Now the Bucks have missed the last couple.
That's a tough breaks right there. If you could have got those two, put you in a nice position to continue to make it tight for Portland.
Grant, that's too easy. We've seen that lob play one too many times tonight. Robert Williams, the recipient. Williams with 8 points. Now Bobby Portis with a reverse. And Doc Rivers is already going deep into his bench now. Thanasis, Pete Nance, Mark Sears will get set to check in. Bobby to Gary Trent Jr. above the break. Well, Doc Rivers keeps talking about Giannis is close. Kevin Porter Jr. is close. The word close, when Doc Rivers says it, has meant a lot of different things. We'll see what close means this time. But we saw them both warm up here today, as we had talked about.
Which is encouraging, and traveling is also encouraging, because it can't, express enough how important just being around each other. In games like this, the consecutive games lost, like, you're all you got. No one can really understand the things that you're going through when you're in that locker room and when you're on that team. So to be able to look at your brother, look at your guys and say, hey, look, we're in this together. No one is not going to change right now unless we change it. So it's good to have your team travel with you to be able to share those, moments and build and get out of this type of situation.
And a couple of big games at Miami and at New York. It's the last two Emirates NBA Cup games, group play games for the Milwaukee Bucks, looking to defend their NBA Cup title. It's a shot clock violation. The Bucks right now are 2-0 in group play.
And that's something that, as athletes, we look at that.
Yeah.
We look at that as like, as any kind of mental edge that you can get. Like, hey, you know what? We haven't been playing our best ball. We've dropped some games in a row. But hey, look, this is where we always shine. And now to be able to put yourself in that situation with a cup game, like, maybe that confidence comes.
It's a season within the season, and certainly, you're not looking at it like we've got an 8-10 record. You're looking at it like we have a 2-0 record.
Exactly.
Going into these next couple of games. And then it will be a home game coming up on Saturday against Brooklyn. So those two games, if the Bucks, could finish first out of group play, or even as worse as the wild card, could get into the single elimination. Coming up with the quarterfinals. All right, so it's a plus 16-point differential. That's what you got to pay attention to. Look at the Heat. They're already at plus 46.
I honestly have no idea how that works.
It's a tiebreaker.
Ah, okay.
One of the tiebreakers. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. Point differential is the second tiebreaker.
And the cup play is so crazy because it changes how you're playing basketball. Because when you're trying to win a game within the game, you want to take the clock and do all that kind of stuff. But the NBA Cup, it's like, hey, you got to keep scoring because you have to have that point differential. At the same time, you don't want it to cost you a real game, doing some things that you wouldn't necessarily do.
That's true. It's a great point. That's why it becomes so fascinating.
It really is.
So that's what's next ahead here for the Bucks. We'll drop to 8-10 here on the season. Portland will improve to same record, 8-10. Dropped one to OKC last night. And we'll get one against the Bucks. Mark Sears, love watching him play in situations like this. He's got a lot of confidence. He can get some points quickly.
He can definitely do that. O's not bashful.
Caleb Love with his fourth personal. Tiago Splitter doing a good job as the acting head coach on the Portland side. Guy who's dealing with all kinds of injuries really in the backcourt too. You think of, we showed you Drew Holiday in the starting backcourt, so he's lost his point guard for right now with a strained right calf. His shooting guard Shaden Sharp. Backups, Matisse Thybulle, Blake Wesley, of course Damian Lillard. There's Drew. Drew will be reevaluated in about 1 to 2 weeks.
Shout out Twin. Well, yeah, it's pretty impressive, you know, the way that Portland completely bought into the game plan. And you can tell that they respect Coach Tiago and what he's talking about and preaching. It also helps when, you know, Jeremy Grant goes crazy to start the game off.
Yeah. I'd say. He's got a new season high here tonight with the 35 points. And so the Bucks look to continue to improve. They still trying to hunt down that elusive win. They will drop 5 straight here after tonight. An elusive win without Giannis here lately. And they picked up the first one with Giannis. And I would say this, you know, even with the Knicks coming up here this week, the best stretch of basketball I felt like is when they beat the Knicks and then they beat Golden State. Golden State without Giannis.
Yeah, and I mean, it's when you first lose your star, it's kind of like, okay, next man up, and there's a lot of adrenaline, a lot of energy going into that. But then it starts to settle in. Teams start to see, you know, different ways to attack you, game plans, and again, it makes guys that aren't used to doing more having to do more, and you know, it's a learning curve. It's an experience. You hope to be able to win while you're doing it, but when you lose somebody at the magnitude of Giannis was and what he is to this team and to this organization, it's going to be tough.
It's a massive hole to try to fill. Shot clock violation. So instead of the Mark Sears bucket, Bucks are going to take it out from the sideline. Got to follow the rules.
Does he get the steal credit for that or no?
I don't know, because it's a shot clock violation.
Man, I feel like that was, oh, I see a young fella.
In your own personal scorebook, you can give him the steal.
Yeah, right.
And the bucket.
Yep, good hustle. Way to play to the end.
You can give him a three-pointer. Thanasis, one-handed rebound. Oh, count it. Allow him to reintroduce himself. Thanasty's back.
Talk about play to the final buzzer. That's what TA's going to do. Every game is game 7 for TA. I told him earlier he's looking old because he didn't dunk his opportunity like this last game.
Yeah, he was battling back from his own Achilles injury.
Yeah, TA's got vibranium, though. He's different.
There you go. The end one, TA. All right, 115 to 103, the final. And on the road, the Bucks go for a couple of Emirates NBA Cup games. And Giannis's return still undetermined here officially for the Bucks. And Wesley, you've got double duty, so we'll see you post-game.
I'll see you in a minute.
With Stephen Watson. For Wesley Matthews, I'm Lisa Byington. Melanie Ricks on the sideline for us. Nice exchange here with Dame and some of his Bucks friends and teammates and coaches. For our producer, Brent Reeland, our director, John Walsh, and our FanDuel Sports Network crew.
Max One Music. Music.